Forward Operating Base, FOB Hammerfall, Helmand Province, Afghanistan. The FOB is a massive configuration of sandbagged fortifications, prefab buildings, and tents located in the inhospitable Afghan desert. The relentless sun renders its occupants in a state of near-constant dehydration. Taylor continues unpacking, not letting the sound of gunfire in the background distract her in the slightest. Sailor, smiling, appears to be business as usual marine. Taylor flexes a bicep and exclaims, "Who?" Sailor, mockingly, "Yeah, sure thing. Just be sure to keep your energy up for all that fighting. What did Santa Claus bring you in that little box you've got there? Cookies? Cupcakes?" Taylor tears through the box and hollers in triumph. The resupply mission is a success. She tugs some crayons out. Her happiness wavers slightly, for she sees the sailor's amusement in the midst of this conversation. Sailor, raising an eyebrow, "I see you've brought along some crayons. Are you planning to tap into your inner Picasso while we deal with this little problem?" Taylor scoffs at the suggestion that red crayons are anything other than essential supplies. Clearly, this whole conversation must be a misunderstanding, right? After all, it's common knowledge and basic military training to understand that red crayons carry a secret, vital role in our ability to engage as nations and win battles. Sailor, laughter, boost battle efficiency? By presenting you with what, precisely? The fearsome artistic fury of a kindergartner, perhaps? Taylor's cheeks slightly puff out, and they see me like no one else can. You see, Salty, it's a fact. The red crayon gives a burst of adrenaline and amps up the aggression. The sailor is skeptical of the tale being spun by the marine. The sailor is not sure what Jarhead is even talking about. He's never encountered these kinds of wax war sticks. He wants to make sure he understands. So, are you saying that these red crayons can make a marine even more bloodthirsty than they already are? More gunshots, and they sounded nearer to him now. Yet, the sailor was unperturbed. He casually tossed his cigarette butt away and slid the safety off on his rifle. Taylor gnaws on the red crayon intently, her expression stoic and focused. She has transformed into a state of perfect readiness for the fight to come. Sailor laughs. That's right. It's not as if having a crayon lodged in your esophagus makes you look like some sort of well-rounded, highly proficient warfighter. And do you have any idea what kind of a state that's going to leave you in, Leatherneck? Taylor glanced at him, her mouth full of wax. You're such a pessimist, Marlowe. You know, sometimes all it takes is a little bit of red to make the world seem not quite so cold and grey. She paused to swallow a bite, then continued. The FOB is rocked by a loud explosion, and Marines shout as they scramble for cover. Taylor is still chewing on her crayon and dives behind a pile of sandbags. She is joined right away by the sailor. Taylor ejects the red crayon from their mouth. Perhaps you're right, Grandpa. We may just have to resort to using bullets on this one. Taylor can't help but let a tiny blood-thirsty smile creep onto her face.